This is the weekly reading for builders, people who tend to move through life through structure and foundation. Hi, I'm Lori. I'm a tarot reader and a spiritual counselor. And if you're new here, builders are people who move through life through creating structure and stability. And in the tarot, that connects to the suit of pentacles. And if you're not sure whether or not you're a builder, there's a free quiz in the description below. Let's take a look at the cards for this week. And the theme is commitment. So we are in your wheelhouse, my sweet builders out there. All right, let's see what the cards have to say. Well, the first card coming down is, it's about really building a name for yourself. And I feel like it's important for you to look at how far you've come because you have established yourself. There have been some delays in getting there, but don't stop. One foot in front of the other, little baby steps. You've learned from all of your past mistakes. You have all the talents and skills to commit to what's being offered. You don't have to learn anything new. You have to be really clear, though, on whether or not your needs are going to be met. Not just meeting the needs of somebody else, but you have to make sure your needs are going to be met time-wise and financially, and even energetically, because what it's showing is you don't want to feel overwhelmed. You want to make sure that if you take this on, you're not the only one doing the work. You want to know that the other person and the other people involved are committed as well. So get really clear on that. And sometimes it doesn't hurt to iron out the details or have some kind of written agreements so that you can move forward and feel good about it. Because I'm not concerned about you coming through with what you say you're going to come through with, but it does show that somebody else may be speaking before they're thinking on the level of commitment they can actually give to a project. So you're going to want to make sure through conversation, because by talking it out, you're going to know where their weak spots are and where you may have to find other support in those areas so that you're not the one that's responsible for it, or you're not the one whose time it's going to take figuring it out, coming up with a solution. Come up with a solution before you commit to something, because then you're going to be really happy with the results. And again, that person they're not trying to be difficult. It just feels like they are biting off more than they can chew, commitment-wise. And once you get there, they're not going to be available in a timely manner. And that will frustrate you because you're going to feel like you have to jump in to take care of it so that it can move along. And then you're going to have to sacrifice some of the things that you're trying to get done in your own life. So if you want to have more of a sense of fun, be really clear on what everybody is truly capable of. You may want to bring on a third instead of it just being the two of you. In fact, I think that that would be really, really smart. And it is showing that if you do that, there's a deeper level of satisfaction that's going to come because you're going to be able to commit to this project, but you're also going to be able to keep the other commitments in your life balanced and flowing too. So it's really important that you have that conversation and you come up with a plan and you come up with an agreement of who's going to do what. And you listen really closely because you'll be able to tell where the weakness in the other person is. In real life, that might look like someone who says, oh yeah, I can give it 8 hours a day, but they really can only give it 4. And through talking, you'll find out that they have other commitments that take up their time. So if you want to look at what you're building with someone with fresh eyes through a personal reading, I'd be happy to facilitate that, and we can see where those missing links are. The link to book is in the description below. And I'd love to hear in the comments what happens when you overcommit yourself. What happens when you overcommit yourself? How does that present itself? Do you get headaches? Do you get tired? When you overcommit yourself, what happens with you? And on Sunday, we will start a new week of readings, and I'd love to see you there. So I'll see you in the next one.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.